Right, so I'm just going to spend a little time just looking at this bagatelle. So the first thing was the speed. Now I've put a metronome on of 88. Bring it over here, hopefully you can hear that, which may be a little bit faster than you were playing it. But I'd like you to try it maybe just the first two lines, as the second two lines are almost the same, aren't they? Just to get the beat of the bar. And so on, just so that you're making sure that all those crotchets that you're playing are all on the beat exactly. Then the second page, the same idea. That seems a bit too fast on that page, then just take it at a slower pace. But I don't normally say to play with a metronome going, because it is not the easiest to be able to adjust to a beat being thrown at you like that. But as you do tend to waver quite a bit, particularly sort of your minim and your crotchet beat, 1, 2, 3, 1, and the end of the line, 1, 2, 3, 1. It just sort of takes too long sometimes over some of those beats, so the notes are not really in time. Okay, so it would be worth, I think, just trying just a few bars with a metronome. And as I say, if it's a bit too fast for you, then just take a slower beat on your metronome. Okay, I picked up about the tied note on the top. It may be that I played it and exaggerated it in some way, but you were sort of lifting your hand, almost making a rest between the two notes. So hold it. It wouldn't be wrong to put a tiny break. I'm not sure, either works really, but maybe join it up. But definitely not doing that, because you're sort of making the tie end a bit abruptly. Okay, so that was the only thing really that I can remember on that page. The rest of it's all in place. It was just the sense of the beat. So I think using the metronome for practice will maybe help to highlight that for you and to get you to feel the beat a bit more regular. Then on the last page, so again to get you back into the speed. Okay, now obviously this will be slower because it's newer. All right, so I wouldn't expect you to play this with the metronome necessarily. So I think everything was okay. Generally, it was bar 49, wasn't it? Those 3 bars there. Just do that a few times before you play the music. You were moving quite sort of gingerly a little bit, as if you weren't exactly sure where the notes were. So I'm really leaning on the first one and getting that down, up, down, up. So you sort of drag down the first note quite heavily and then flick off the top note like that. So practice that as a technique on its own. Then when you play it with the right hand, go slowly, because the right hand is all legato. That's the first time they both come off staccato on the D there, because you're playing the D twice. Otherwise, it's all legato. So they're staccato, and here as well. But then the right hand is a little bit legato for sort of 3 notes. then it's staccato, and then the next bar, they match. So I think that's the easiest bar. All right, so just do some careful practice. Then carrying on, we've got a new section here, and we looked at the phrasing. So again, release the slur with a staccato on the end. Okay, and that bar there, 56, 58, 57, sorry, all legato there. Just look at that fingering. I'm going to go just from the two notes before, the C and the A. They're all 6 intervals, but they're all joined. So you change to the 5 so that you can move the thumb down, 4 to the F sharp, then stretch the 7th up to the octave. All right, so it's not slurred like those octaves are, it's all legato. Okay, now against that phrasing, you've got a left hand which is just all legato. It's just an accompaniment filling in. C, D, then B flat, same. Watch the fingering here. It goes 2 to 4, 3, then change to the thumb, octave, and finish on the G. Okay. Now I'm just thinking there might be a slight case for a break in both hands there. That's bar 54. Let's try it and see. Possibly. Sorry, I went down the octave too quickly. And I actually missed the staccato on that one, so I didn't do it exactly right. There could be a case for bringing that in and separating it. It's very clever writing because the way the phrase goes over the bar line like that makes you lose all sense of where the first beat of the bar is, because the accent is coming on the 3rd beat of the bar there and there, which is why I'm wondering whether we copy the left hand and do the same. All right, it's very clever. It goes across the bar, so across the beat. The accented beat is usually the first beat of a bar. Here, Beethoven's putting it on the 3rd beat, so it generally loses its sense of beat. Not sense of beat, but how many beats there are in a bar. So I'll do it with both hands again. So from there it comes back to the 3 beats in the bar, but there it feels like the beats on that note and then on the 2nd count there is all a bit all over the place. So it's clever writing to sort of do that with the beat of or the pulse of the music. If I didn't put that break there in the left hand, let's just compare. I don't think so. I think just keep the phrasing for the right hand and not the left hand. So the left hand will need to be legato there. So you'll need to take the 2nd finger down to the C so that you carry on in the next line. Okay, so just that little section. We're not doing any further than that because it's quite difficult to put that hands together and to get that right.